What's up, folks? Jerry from Jay's Way, and I'm back with another Etsy shop review. Today's shop is my third favorite, and just a shout out to Jessica May Lords here for having the courage to put herself out there and get this review done publicly. Just wanted to say that if you wanted to get your shop reviewed, you can come to my group here, Jay's Way Print on Demand, and look for this featured post here with my ugly looking mug there, and just drop your shop in the comments and I'll get to it. These are the previous shops I've done already. Preppy Step On was the last one, and we're on to Jessica's shop here. And I'm going to take a minute to plug my email list here. This is new for me, so I am going to be giving out some tips and tricks how to sell online. I'm going to make some, obviously more content. It's going to come to you via email so that you don't miss anything. And my friends in the POD industry, sometimes I get some freebies that I can leverage for the group. As some of you may know, we've given away a few Printify Premium memberships. One was even a full year of Printify Premium, and we've had some other discounts along the way. So if you want to be included in something like that, just go to go.jaysway.works here and drop your name and email and get ready for some awesome content. Looking forward to killing it this 2024. Just gonna have a bit of a disclaimer here. Nothing I say is intended to, tear you down or, be deconstructive in any way. It's all coming from a place of love and hopefully help you grow. I'm not gonna stroke any egos, as I've said 100 times before. Also, what I do say isn't necessarily gonna make you rich overnight. If I was able to do that, I could charge a fortune for these and we'd all be rich, right? What I will do though is give you actionable items that you can implement and hopefully get your shop ranking a little bit better and get, increase more sales. Because if I'm only stroking egos and not giving you things to work on, then it's kind of a waste of time, for both of us, right? So without further ado, here we are, my third favorite. So this kind of speaks to me as like my third child, maybe, or maybe my third favorite passion. I'm not entirely sure. So that's not obvious immediately, but we got camp, bees, bird watching, skiing, manatees, bluebirds, and egrets. So I'm seeing like outdoorsy, not just waterfowl, but just birds. So right away, I'm going to say puns is probably going to be where you want to be, because if I'm looking at no egrets here, that's pretty funny already. And I think you'd be able to potentially kill it if you keep going along the pun line. And these line drawings right now are super popular. Apparel, home goods, digital downloads doesn't really tell the customer what they're in for. So keep that more niche centric. What kind of stuff can they find and who is it going to be for? Think of it in terms of an Etsy title that way, right? So my third favorite, I'm still not entirely sure what that means. Good job on getting the star seller here, as well as the 250 sales you got there. That's a great job already. Looks like you've last updated December 4th. Let's see how old our shop is here. So you started with mock-ups, then we did some AI art, and then we're into POD. So it's 6 months. Let's see what we got here. 3 months. Okay, so the oldest one looks to be about 6 months old. So not bad. 6 months in, 250 sales. Let's see what we can do to get you boosted a little bit more in that perspective. Hello, my name is Jessica. Welcome to my shop. I design all sorts of things: apparel, digital downloads, home goods, whatever brings me and others joy. I've spent 10 years in Jackson Hole. So much of my design has a mountain, outdoorsy vibe, but plenty of puns thrown in. Make this like first and foremost here, because if I was to close this, you kind of lose it. Most of my designs has a mountain and gone, right? So make this kind of like obvious, and then tell people, that they can get a discount here or something like that. Keep people kind of intrigued, make them want to read it. Just going to check this because your shop relevancy score is impacted when we fill out everything. So great. You're the first one in a long time that has had this filled out here. That's cool. Awesome. Funny, quirky, but also short and concise. It's when you go down a deep rabbit hole there about telling about yourself that you kind of could kind of steer a customer into wondering like who the heck you are kind of thing, but that's pretty funny as it is. So I'm going to go with looking at some of this stuff here. So I'm seeing kind of a little bit of everything. Again, I'm liking these line drawings and the puns here. So we've got 259 items. Because you're especially running a few different niches here, I would separate these by niche, because if somebody wants animal pun shirts, but they have to click on this one to find it, and then they want a hoodie, they have to click on this one. And what if they don't see that one in here, because you got 39 in here, but you don't have them all on hoodies? So I would put all the niche stuff, like animal puns, for example, as a section, right? Your other ones were the camping kind of thing as a different one. In camping, you could have drinkware as well. So what goes great as a gift? If somebody's got a $50 budget that they want to spend on somebody for a birthday gift, what better way to do it by clicking on a section that is camping, for example, and then they can find a t-shirt that's funny, but they may also see a camping related mug in there or something along the same vein that could be the perfect combo gift, right? So you want to encourage multi-item orders, right? So just keep that in mind. Plus, like, have respect for the customer's time. Make it easy for them to find what they want. You don't want them wasting clicks to see 2 items here, right? These could be in your animal pun section again. Cut this down into probably 4 or 5 sections here. Make it really easy for customers to find more of one thing in that same vein, or more of 2 or more of 6, right? So I'm going to look at you got one here that is offering free shipping. I'm not sure what we're doing there. Funny bird shirt, leave no turn unstoned. Funny bird shirt, ironic bird gift, 5 times shirt, 5 times bird. You are absolutely wasting keyword real estate. This is not necessary at all. Separate these by commas. You're only going to broad match for this stuff. I've got a video here that I'll link to that that'll explain titles and tags and how they work. This Etsy sees this as all one keyword. So if you're going to exact match for this title, they will have had to, put the exact same entire title in the search bar here. So if you can separate these by commas and somebody types in funny bird shirt, it's going to tell the algorithm that this is an exact match for what they're searching, right? That said, I would make it funny bird pun shirt. So you've got bird t-shirt, that's good. Bird sweatshirt, some of these are really low search volume, but maybe we can come up with a few others that are a little more searched, right? You can put the whole leave no turn on stoned phrase in here. You can say funny punny bird shirt or punny bird watching shirt. Let's just check here with the product analytics. Bird nerd sweatshirt, seasonal trendy. This listing is selling 44 times a month, right? Bird nerd shirt, I need you. Okay, so it's not a bird nerd, but it's funny goose shirt. I think I will cause problems on purpose. Yeah, these are great. So let's look at the bird nerd sweatshirt. You can see right away the keywords they're using here. So nature lovers, bird lovers, these are some high volume stuff. So these are all the low search volume ones, but look what they're using here. So bird watching, nature sweatshirt, bird lovers, nature lovers, bird watcher, funny bird watcher. I would use puns and punny. You saw that they were being searched. It's amazing to me that nobody's using the word pun in there. These are funny. You can kill it with the bird puns here. Math teacher, also funny, 1 month. Okay, so it's pretty new. No favorites. Well, you got the commas in here at least, so hopefully that helps exact match your stuff. Rain Jesus watercolor. So you're kind of all over the place. You can do religious stuff, but I really think your bird puns are where it's at here. You could even introduce other animals if you wanted. You're kind of all over the spot. I would definitely try to niche down a bit or build on the niches that you're doing, or at least do something that you can cross niche. So like with the outdoors and the camping stuff, you can definitely kind of win that way, right? Problem with offering so many things is that you're going to have to list like thousands of items because people are going to be in your shop looking for more of the same and not be able to find it. This looks pretty good. Really interesting. Okay, so third favorite. You got 27 favorites. So it looks like you got a knack for the AI generated artwork here. Crazy to me because I think your puns are hysterical. So these you probably put up over Christmas. Unfortunately, those images may not sell as much. You seem to be kind of selling a little bit of everything, so you could kind of pick 2 or 3 of the niches you're kind of serving here and go with them. Puns, 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 but then combining outdoorsy vibe. Jesus stuff isn't that. The math teacher stuff isn't that. I just feel like there's a lack of clarity here in terms of where you want to head with the shop. So I think that's the first thing you need to figure out. If the watercolor is working for you, maybe you just got a knack with the AI for doing that kind of design, right? This is absolute brilliance in terms of the puns, but put it in here. Search funny bird shirt and this pops up. Don't forget that people are on Etsy buying for gifts for other people, so they need to understand what it is, not just the person buying for themselves. It's got to be easy enough for them to understand. And then you could also have some ones that are just obvious only to people who are actually kind of in the niche, in the bird watching niche. But the majority of people shopping are shopping for other people, so there has to be a good amount of people that can be able to tell what that is or decipher that pun, right? Bird nerd, birding shirt, bird watching shirt, Canada goose, bird watching shirt. Funny Canada goose shirt should be first and foremost. Yeah, I think you're doing all kinds of work. The design aesthetics are a little different, a bit of a mix here. Like the aesthetic is a little varying. It looks like you're not entirely sure where you want to be in terms of like what kind of vibe you're going for here. This is my manatee. Manatee, manatee, manatee. You don't need to keep repeating the same words over and over. That's kind of nuts. Your strongest keywords can definitely be repeated in your tags, but you don't need to repeat all of them. I just think you're all over the place. I think you just kind of need to have a little focus. What do you want to sell and who do you want to sell to? Define your ideal customer, right? Because ultimately it sounds like you are your ideal customer. You do mountain outdoorsy vibe and you're punny. So are you going to buy all of these things? Like, do you love all of these things enough to buy them? That's ultimately the case, right? So if you do, well, then keep doing what you're doing. But I am going to bet that if this is your own niche, aren't necessarily in love with all of the stuff, right? It's just a matter of, I think, keep doing what you know is working. So if it's an instance of bird puns here, for example, to complete this game, I'm feeling emotional, just winging it. There we go. You can maybe zoom out a little, so a little more generic and combine your bird watching with your camping, right? So more birds, more fun, bird watcher by day, stargazer by night. Okay, so I just asked it for a few more that only bird watchers will understand. Let's see what we got here. I like big beaks and I cannot lie. These are the ones that are going to draw the people looking for designs for their birdwatcher friends, right? When they're in there and looking around, they're going to find way more stuff that very uniquely specific to their birdwatcher friends, right? So let's go with straight out of migration, and then we'll go into Pod Buddy here. I'll just tell it to set on a white background. So I've asked it for a funny gangster bird image to go on a shirt with the phrase straight out of migration. You don't have to use AI for this stuff, but sometimes when you're kind of stumped, it's a great way to get those, creative juices flowing again. Perfect, right? Like right off the hop, we got an idea here that, you can easily delete the background here, straight out of migration. So here we go. We got some more cartoony type styles. And I'm going to say that these are worse. They're fun, but it's just trying to keep it going with our initial, these guys, right? These a little more classic here. I like the black with just the gold, so that's kind of cool. But let's see where we're at with the third one. Yeah, it's great. You can get rid of the words here and just kind of put your own verbiage here, and you can pick a bird that migrates. So make it migratory birds, just makes sense. And you've already got the Canada Goose kind of thing going in shop already. There you go. You do something like that. So you've got, the vintage gangster thing going on here. We can also go back and look at some of the other ones we had. See what it comes up with here. More money, more parrots for a t-shirt design. This is awesome. So you got gangster parrots. Like, how funny is that, right? And all of these tropical themes right now are actually pretty hot and looking like they're going to be continually a thing in 2024. Basically went into a deep dive on the business.pinterest.com and found some pretty convincing stuff there about the tropical kind of vibe going forward. So, and I'll just set it on a white background. Here we go. Like, these are done for you t-shirt designs, right? It even got the word spelt right. More money, more parrots. Like, that's great. So yeah, that's the kind of thing anyway. If you just wanted to incorporate some more puns that maybe you're running out of, right? But it's an endless amount, and it kind of takes the legwork out of doing all that design for you. If you are though doing these, because the line drawings here are pretty awesome. I don't know where you're getting these from, but I like this kind of aesthetic. It's like a vintage kind of vibe. It's cool. One sale, 3 months old, 2 favorites. So you're onto something here. Okay, we're looking at pride stuff now. I think you're just all over the place. I think you just kind of gotta go with your gut here. And if it was intended to be mountain outdoorsy vibe with plenty of puns, then stick with the mountain outdoorsy vibe, plenty of puns. It seems like that's kind of what you want to do, right? But I think you can go a long way because you're putting the work in. Speedy uppy bean broth drink. That's great. I feel like that would look good on a shirt. I don't know if you have it on a shirt. Eco tote bag. Okay, what's going on? This is new. Coffee lovers. Are you just trying something new here because you're not using the title at all? Coffee, 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 coffee. Don't talk to me should be in there. Speedy uppy bean broth should definitely be in here. I think you should add speedy uppy bean broth in there in the title also, because I don't think it's like super popular, but if people see this, the way they're going to remember it is because it said speedy uppy. It's unique to the listing, and I think it would actually make sense to have it in there, whether or not it's got some search volume. But don't talk to me until I have my funny coffee bag. I don't know what's the deal with not having some listings with titles. Mental health. Watch me après, watch me ski. That's funny. Those are great. Obviously very seasonal, but I would focus on your bird watching stuff. The migration stuff is like, people are itching for that right now, right? Or just make it all puns and then do bird puns. Like I saw the capybara down there, right? Capybara puns, religious puns, mental health puns. You could just keep it all puns, because literally it seems like where your headspace is at. The camping is intense one you had also, I noticed on some of the keywords there. The puns make sense for you. You obviously know what you're doing. Some of these are pretty great. And if you ever get stuck, I mean, there's literally an endless supply here, right? So like endless. So let's see, I saw you had a capybara in there. Apparently their name lends itself well to puns. Keep calm and capybara on. There you go. You got your coffee in there. Capybarista. Cappy birthday. You could have, birthday shirts. Make it look like the Queen shirt, right? Where it's got the Bohemian Rhapsody or whatever. I think it had like 4 Queen shirts, the band members on it, that kind of thing. 4 different ones that maybe have the same hairstyles. I mean, inspiration's endless, right? And if you ever feel like you're getting stuck, you can always just obviously ask AI. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's something that is going to explode the industry in 2024. Not only that, but we've also got the introduction of like automated customization, right? So I think like focus on what you know is working and what you actually have fun doing. If some of your art here that you're selling as digital downloads are cute and fun and was all Christmas stuff, but it's not going to sell all year round, but B, if it's not even fun to create that kind of stuff, then you're going to lose interest, I fear, because you are all over the place. And the only way to win when you're all over the place, if you try to sell something to everybody, you're going to have to literally put a 1 in front of this, no problem, and then keep adding, right? You're going to have well over 1,500 products, and you're going to have to keep adding. That's the hard part, right? Or the ultimate pun shirts. I know people who just love puns, and they speak in puns almost, right? It's like speaking in movie quotes. They'll just keep coming back and buying more, and those kind of people are who would end up being potentially in a brand ambassador, right? They're going to tell their punny friends, and they're going to send them to your shop, or they're going to buy gifts repeatedly for those friends, right? And then, oh, where'd you get that? Well, that's when they're going to remember your shop name and stuff like that, right? So just wanted to say once again, thank you so much for putting yourself out there. I hope you got some inspiration, some ideas here, how you can, kind of blow this up a little bit. Always design and create with intention, right? Just a reminder to go to go.jaysway.work, sign up for my newsletter here, and also some freebies, and go to Jays Way Print on Demand if you want to get your shop reviewed, and drop it down here in the comment. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one.